Alright guys, welcome to the opening of our weekend of Modern Combat 5. My name is Counterfeit, joined by Dealers today. And Dealers, we're kicking things off on PC.
Ooh, it's going to be amazing, Counterfeit. You know what? We have a bunch of other games coming up. We have iOS, and we have a lot of multi-finals too. So we're for sure going to have one hell of a weekend.
So guys, if you'd like to come and join in, we're going to start things off on this PC platform with a community game, a free-for-all on the streets. Mr. TG, welcome to the stream. Stian Hellman, welcome as well, Mr. Kareem, and everyone else. We hope you guys will come and join us for all the action today, because we are on PC. I'm trying to get in as many games as possible. We will, of course, have iOS Blue Finals a little bit later on today as well for you iOS guys, and Android next week. I think we got enough to get started with. So, Dealers, I know you coached me through many Battle Royale games before, but let's see how you do now we head onto a slightly smaller confined free-for-all on the streets. Salah Ahmad, welcome to the stream. And Murat Nebel over on Facebook as well. Good to see all you guys. We'll be getting things kicked off with official ESL action before too much longer, so get into these games while you can, and we're going to try and kill as many as we can find. Stian? Snipes? Who's Snipes? Is Snipes someone I should be knowing? Ah! Done it! Not even close. Yes, Tian Harmon. Turns out I am the best MP5 player of all time. I'm just going easy on these guys.
I'm back. So,
hey.
What happened? What did you ask me? You asked me if I could like coach you through this game, right?
I think so, but then you ran away.
Yeah, sorry. Apparently my headset wanted to act up, but yeah, sure, I can coach you. Do you remember the most important rule of all, Mr. Counterfeit?
Is it always look on the bright side of life?
Well, no, it's always look on the bright side of death. Because I need to teach you that, Counterfeit, you're gonna die a lot. So always look on the bright side.
Well, I'll do my best to follow.
But actually, the most important rule of all, guys, is to aim down your sights. That's in PUBG, sorry, not in PUBG, in Battle Royale games rather. And now, since we are in a team deathmatch, usually you just want to like fire shots at people. So I think what Peter is doing is actually really smart. He's brought a weapon that has a lot of ammo, so might as well just run and shoot. 210 bullets. I assure you at least 10 of them are gonna hit.
Alright, Stan Holman's given us the advice of trying to crouch and shooting at people's heads. Hero Gaming Simon, our wonderful moderator, in the chat already. Stan Holman is score here already. Let's have a look at the teams that are signed up. So I believe we've got our tournament just kicking off. Ooh, not a good time to be crouching. Alright, let's have a quick look. So, let's see. Our teams today include... I don't see Score Gaming. Sen Holman, are you seeing something that I'm not seeing?
It might just be for the blue finals.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, we do have blue finals coming up in 4 hours time, so... Score Gaming, they will be playing in that one. They're going to be the 6th seeded team, so obviously they're going to be fighting as well in that one. Though for the PC one, I'm not sure their PC team will be participating in this tournament.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to Radu about the weapon restrictions. It looks like people are sneaking some prestige weapons into this. Unless, of course, I mess the settings up, which is entirely a possibility. Ah! Soul Catcher? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, Razor and Hellfire. If you guys haven't already checked out Hellfire's channel, he's another one of our Spanish language streaming MC5 content creators did the first MC5 Battle Royale tournament. So, that's not a real person. If you guys would like... Oh no, we got chucked out! Evidently because we were too cool. Far too cool.
No. Just a quick update to everyone. We are getting this tournament started. Our admin, Diamond, is currently checking it out, or the community manager rather. Diamond is checking out what's happening with the tournament and will get it started as soon as possible.
Alright guys, let's get another game going. Let's switch things up a little bit. Let's go for a team battle on... where are you feeling like, Dealers? Where should we go?
Let's go to the construction site.
Alright. Oh, there we are. Alright, so yeah, okay. We'll put on military support after our free-for-all, which automatically turns it off. Excuse me. Soul Catcher making the faces in the chat. Oh, that Soul Catcher, he killed me. He kills me good. Whoa.
Don't be mad, Peter.
Let's see. Oh, hello. So, guys, there is the Sapper event going on at the moment, so do make sure to get all the bits and pieces from that. Good way to pick up some free stuff. Let's see. Cellarfort Cypherdor Gaming. Ramson is the critter. Excellent rate of fire, just don't like that wall very much. I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean. I presume he's talking about critting. I'm not sure which wall in particular he's talking about. Sternholm was talking about Score because Score is their favourite team. I don't believe they quit MC5, I didn't hear anything about that.
No, well, it depends on which division of the team you're talking about, because obviously if you're talking about the PC ones, then I'm not sure. The PC Score team, I don't think they've been as successful as the other teams that we've seen from Score Gaming. At least I know the iOS ones are really, really good.
Alright, we got enough to start with. So do come and join us, ESL-123. Oh, let me change over the passkey to be on PC, because that's where we will be throughout the course of today. We've got 4v4, Malik and 1389. Going to try and mix things up a little bit. Where are you going to go, 1389? Or are you just going to lurk? Alright, let's stack the deck against us. Hero Gaming Simon, yes. I do apologise for the coughs and snizzles throughout today's stream. I'm still a little bit down with cold flu, some kind of internet virus. So make sure you guys have your antiviruses updated. Alright. So do you remember TTSU? TTSU? I don't think I do. Was this salt? Were they? From when abouts did they used to play?
Must be doing a build.
So do come and join us on PC, ESL-123. Sorry about that, just a second. There we go. Tab him back in. Crazy King B, so the update should be coming soon. I'm afraid I don't have any information as to exactly when it is, but there's should be a lot of good stuff in there, as you've seen. No. No. Wait, have we been disconnected again? Oh no. How unfortunate. I wonder if there is some server issues going on today. I hope not. Because we got chucked out all over again. Pompeo! You're here for the duck noise as well. I live to serve. Crazy King B. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if for this current update, because it's going to be quite a substantial one with the zombie stuff coming in, if there will be a any kind of beta stuff done, because Gameloft do have the capacity to do beta versions of the game, and that means that the content creators and things get to make videos a little ahead of the patch actually dropping. So I'm hoping we'll get something like going. Certainly for the zombie stuff is going to be, that's going to be very new, and I think hopefully we'll get some content coming out a bit ahead of the actual release of the patch.
Okay, Counterfeit, we get to choose a match now. So let's see. What do you say to Team Alpha OP versus Team Kaizo?
I'm up for anything, honestly. Alright, it looks like Diamond's going to be running things today, so if you catch Diamond in the chat, do let them know. Asifa Mujahid, welcome to the stream. Crazy B, yes, so the beta isn't like a general beta, it tends to be very, very select if it does happen. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But if there are videos that say come out on the same day as the patch releases about zombie mode and things, that's usually because the beta has been used to get those content creators early access to the mode. And also it does a little bit of testing to make sure it doesn't just immediately fall to pieces as soon as anyone starts playing it.
Would be a bit unfortunate if everything just fell to pieces immediately.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, beta's great for finding the stuff that the developers might have just kind of been blind to because of playing it so often. And then, you know, there's never going to cover everything, but hopefully it makes it a bit better. And also gives you guys some cool videos in a timely fashion.
Yay! I like cool videos, Peter.
And they like you. Right, let's
sure?
let's just have a quick check and see. I'm just going to check what my controls are here. So, cycle grenade ability. There we go. 4. I don't know quite how it ended up being. Oh, excellent! Now we can actually use our grenades. Even better. Asifa Mujahid, you're excited for zombies. I am as well. I'm really hoping it's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's nice to see the Gameloft design team getting a chance to stretch their creative legs and come up with some new ways to make the MC5 fun in new and hopefully exciting ways as well.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, you know what, Counterfeit? MC5, it's always fun, but then when you get some more and different like modes to MC5, then it kind of attracts a new a new audience as well. And honestly, it's a way for everyone to bond together in a new and interesting way. So honestly, I'm digging it.
Oh, wait, is my melee button bound? Let me just check that. Whoops, that's not the right button. Controls, and where's my melee? Boop, 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 boop. I think I passed it already. I think I did. Sorry about this, guys. No, this is make for exceptional TV. Okay, no, it is on E. It turns out I'm just bad at video games. Asifa Mujahid, your squad 1 iOS ESL. Oh, which squad are you from, Asifa? Darn you, Hellfire! That's the second time he's taken us down. Now we must have revenge on him and his channel. Oh no, are we going to be disconnected again?
That would be very unfortunate. I really don't hope it'll happen. We're still waiting for a passkey from our good admin Diamond. So, ladies and gentlemen, just hang on, we're gonna get there. Actually, as I mentioned it, Counterfeit, we just got a passkey.
Ah. In that case...
We're well on the way to getting started.
Alright guys, well hopefully we'll be able to get into that ESL action in a second. If the issues we're having with disconnections do persist, we'll do our best to work around them as much as we can. So, let's see. Who is our first match though? Oh, Alpha OP versus Team Kaizo.
Yeah, it's Team Kaizo. So hopefully that should be a good one. I know Alpha OP, always a team to watch out for. They never really disappoint.
Alright guys, we'll take a tiny break while the players... Actually no, wait. We don't even need to do that because we've got ourselves a bracket to look through before the game, before this all kind of starts officially. So I'll just bring that up on stream for you guys. So as you can see, we've got Kaizo and our Team Kaizo and Alpha OP as 4th and 5th seeds. Team Kin are waiting for them in the next round. We've got Pepperoni from France against the Savages, and Bio Nation versus Team Bolito, the little trees that could.
And kind of it. Obviously, Bolito also a team that we are keeping an extra eye on here today. They have impressed us in the past, so I would say that they can certainly do that again here today. And coming in as the 2nd seed does give them a fair chance at making it all the way to the grand final.
So to our current game, we've got on the left-hand side, let's see. So with Matteo, Julian P, that's going to be Alpha OP. Oh gosh, we're getting so many free gifts. They're from Colombia, and they've been around since early 2019. Didier O, their team captain, looks like they'll be leaving the heavy lifting up to the rest of the squad. Whereas Team Kaizo, why, they are only about a couple of weeks old, but they do have a pretty sweet logo, which I'll post into the chat for you guys.
Ooh. That is absolutely something that is scary as all hell, kind of it. That logo from Team Kaizo. But I must say that Alpha OP, their logo is pretty scary as well. That's what, like, a demon with some big horns. That's
true.
That's scary too.
Let us know, guys. I'll post the links to both of the... this one's Alpha OP logo into the chat. Let us know which of their logos is the best. In fact, I might try and grab them and put them on stream, just so you guys can enjoy their attempt to intimidate the opposition. To call back to your competitive experience, Steelers, when you were playing, were teams using, like, were you in a league where the teams were using logos?
As in team logos?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it kind of depends on how serious the team was, because, like, my team had a very sweet logo, and we had someone who made custom logos for the players as well. Like, my
sick.
name back in the day. Sorry.
No, that sounds really sick.
Yeah, my name back in the day was a tuna fishy. That was my professional Team Fortress 2 name, and I had a tuna fish in my logo.
Ah, that is very cool.
Yeah, everyone feared the tuna fish.
Do you still have that?
I don't think so. I might be able to find it somewhere.
That would be pretty neat. Alright guys, so we've got Alpha OP, and I'll just see if I can grab their logos and drop them onto the stream just for funs. No, it's taking me a little bit of time. Let's see. And team logos. There we go. So we've got Alpha OP's Demon over here. And Team Kaizo. Ooh. Over there. Ah.
Oh, wait, we're just missing one player counterfeit. We might soon have the action on the way. Yeehaw. Yeehaw.
Gosh, you're having a yeehaw off with yourself.
Yes. Yeehawing.
Alright, so we got one vote for Team Kaizo as having the more impressive logo. I do think it's an important thing to be able to, to have a logo that looks like you mean business. To get that little bit of the, a slight edge in the opposition. It kind of, it suggests your team is more dedicated, that you've employed an actual logo. Or like an artist to come up with some team-specific art. Especially if that art's based on cheese. Alright guys, we're getting things kicked off for our first official ESL game of the day. Alpha OP over on the blue, Team Kaizo over in the red. Will it be whoever's got the most impressive logo, in which case it's all about the Kaizo, or will it be Alpha OP coming, I believe, as the number 5 seed today from Colombia against Team Kaizo from Ecuador. The number 4 seed should be a pretty even showing, as both teams starting up with just 4 players apiece.
We're already into the thick of things, kind of fit, and a lot of devs already coming out. 4 to 3, and this is going to be extremely bloody. I can feel like the two teams just hammering at each other to begin with.
You can see Team Kaizo trying to break their way in towards the center with El Broma holding up that shield to absorb some of the aggression, but Alpha OP, they've got the high ground, they've got the low ground in the center, and right now they're staying ahead. With a lot of Team Kaizo being knocked off the field, meaning these fights are going heavily numbers-wise in Alpha OP's favor.
Oh, they absolutely are, and Alpha OP, they're starting to just pull themselves ahead of the curve right here, kind of fit. Up by 4 kills so far. Obviously, you want to get up to those 5, those 6 kill leads. That's when you can really say that you're dominating your opponents, but right now, Team Alpha OP, they're not doing too hard for themselves. Jam comes in with a good double grenade, but that's about it.
Yeah, very nice pick up there to try and open up the center of the map. Team Kaizo still just got the 4 and are still being kept at arm's length. Jam, again, picking up another kill. I think it's, yes, you're going to be up at the top of the scoreboard along with Was. Supreme, though, even with the team at a disadvantage, has the most kills in the game so far. On that assault, will get caught from the side, though. Cover getting the flank around onto Team Kaizo, but paying for it.
But even though Supreme right now has 7 kills, kind of fit, you must mention that Supreme also sits at, what, like 7 deaths in total, so it's just trading 1 for 1 all the time, and it really doesn't work out here for Team Kaizo. They need someone to really just pull them ahead without giving up too many kills either.
Up the stairs comes Logitech. Apparently all the rights reserved and the wrongs as well, as Jam picks up another grenade kill through the floor. Oh man, that was nice though. Canalita getting a double kill back, but Team Kaizo puts them now in the lead.
Kaizo absolutely giving it their all right here, kind of fit. They're not giving up without a fight, and Alpha OP, they might have just met a team as good or even better than them, because right now Kaizo, they only have 4 players and they're doing absolutely fine.
That's really impressive that Team Kaizo playing so aggressively towards the center. I mean, we've seen why those grenades have been so effective. Everyone is clumping up towards the middle as Supreme gets caught by the flank. This is smart by Alpha OP. They can attack from multiple angles, and they do so, tearing apart Team Kaizo.
But at the same time, Alpha OP, they're just spawn killing Team Kaizo. So right now, they know where they are. They have them in a sandwich, kind of fit. They can just continue to farm kill.
Yeah, the sandwich, the filling of which is delicious, delicious cheese. Breaking away now, Alpha OP.
Why is it cheese?
Team Kaizo.
Wait, is queso cheese?
I think so.
In Spanish?
I'll have to go check that, but that's my... I was going by the fact that logo is a piece of cheese. If it's something entirely different, then I've been bamboozled.
You are. It's actually melted cheese. Wow. Well, you absolutely speak more Spanish than I do, so Team Melted Cheese getting melted right here by Alpha OP.
Well, they know, you know what they say about melted cheese, Deedless? It's the strongest substance on Earth. No, they don't say that about cheese at all. But right now, Team Kaizo, they're evaporating like a day-old cheese sarnie on the sidewalk of life. Alpha OP crushing through this first game, and I think having 3 players remaining at the end merely speaks to how few points Kaizo were able to pick up towards the end.
Oh, Team Kaizo starting to lose members, and they will lose the first game of tonight's tournament. So in this PC1, Alpha OP will go 1-0 up in this best of 3 series. Well played by Team Kaizo. I must say that they absolutely gave it their all. They kept going for such a long time. Unfortunately for them, they just didn't have the manpower once they got into the position where they would spawn in the same place, they didn't have the manpower to fight their way out and actually get out of that corner that they were boxed into.
Yeah, for all that we were flaming at Team Kaizo towards the end, they actually did play that out extremely well. I can only imagine what we'd see from them if they actually had all 5 of their players up and ready to go. But guys, we're going to get you into a community game on PC. So we'd normally get these just between every match, but after the first game, we'll get one through Crazy King B5 versus 4. Not fair, really. I do agree. But it's unfortunately, ultimately, it's down to the teams to make sure that their connections, their games and everything will allow them to play with a full roster. So it's unfortunate we didn't get the full competition there, but hopefully Kaizo will be able to sort things out for game number 2.
Absolutely. I would love to see them put up a much better fight against Alpha OP. Because for a long time in that game kind of fit, they actually looked very evenly matched. So if they can continue that trend of matching Alpha OP on an even footing and have a full man roster, then I think they should have at least a very good chance of winning a game.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it felt like the game really changed when Alpha OP realized that Team Kaizo were kind of, they were operating out this one area just outside of the center and kind of darting in to get kills and falling back to that same area. They brought all of their numbers to bear, they snuck around and hit them from multiple angles. I think beyond that point, as you were saying, they just started picking up Team Kaizo as they spawned, and the game was basically over.
Unfortunately for Team Kaizo, but that is absolutely the case, Counterfeit, and it does mean that now our first game of today is going to be over, and we're going to be moving into a free-for-all on Scramble. So guys, if you want to play, it is on PC, and the passkey is ESL-123 as usual. So join up, and then we're going to have some entertainment while we have a break.
Yeah.
Arr.
So, D-List, today, as we mentioned before, we're going to be having not just Team Kaizo and Alpha OP, but Team Kin, Pepperoni, Savages, Bionation, and Team Bolito, the little trees that could, playing. But later on, we're going to be having the monthly Blue Finals, and the teams signed up for that currently are LVG Alarga? Engrave on Memory, Great Clan, Into the Wild, Score Gaming, and Old Glory. So that should be quite the tournament. Guys, we're going to start our break now, but once we return, we'll be back into the ESL competition. Enjoy the game. Passkey ESL123, you can still join all the way through, but for now, we'll catch you on the other side of this game. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to game number 2 between Team Kaizo and Alpha OP. We are in the quarterfinal stages of the tournament. And Team Kaizo, D-list, I feel like they got robbed in that previous game. Unable to play with a full roster and just got run over by Alpha OP.
Oh, absolutely. They needed to have all 5 players there because they put up one hell of a fight kind of fit, but unfortunately, without that 5th player, they were just lacking the firepower. They were just lacking the overall manpower as well to really fight back against Alpha OP.
Cover picks up the first blood with a sneaky beaky flank, while the rest of Alpha OP work their way through the center and the side. It's looking like, again, Team Kaizo are operating with a 4-person roster, as Matteo now sneaks around the side themselves, picks up kill number 2. We got brawling up in the sniper nest, the supreme one, but Matteo and the rest of the red squad, Alpha OP, holding on to the center for now.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember how well Team Kaizo they did in game number 1. They were really able to match the power of Alpha OP. So if they can do that once here, once again against Alpha OP, then they would stand a really good chance at not becoming melted cheese this time around.
We have got the 5th player in for Team Kaizo, so if it was just a difference of number of players, this game will show it to be the case or otherwise. Alpha OP ahead right now, but it's not an insurmountable lead. Matteo again over on the flank, trying to disrupt Team Kaizo's offensive maneuvers.
But Alpha OP, they're ahead by 2 kills. Make that 2 as 1 kill comes in for Kaizo. One more. Right now, Canelita getting a lot of shots with that sniper, evening things out here between Alpha OP and Kaizo. Kaizo, they're controlling everything on the right side of this map and on the outskirts. But Alpha OP, they have the control over the middle settlement. They have control over the actual construction site. But it isn't proving to be enough, as Logitech and the rest of Team Kaizo, they now have that lead counterfeit.
That's a quadra kill for Logitech. That was absolutely beautiful. Cut down just before the Penta could come in. But that's put Team Kaizo into a very strong position here. We're starting to see what happens if Alpha OP can't manage to overwhelm with raw numbers.
Well, now Alpha OP, they're finding themselves on the back foot, kind of it, and you're exactly right. Alpha OP, they don't have that raw numbers anymore. So, as you mentioned, this game was supposed to show us if it will make a difference, and I honestly think it will make one hell of a difference now that Alpha OP, they don't really have control over what's happening anymore.
We're checking in with Logitech, the one who got the quadra kill in before. Picks up Matteo as well, moving into the center. Can they get the second? They can! Keeping the team looking very healthy right now. Yes, the best performing player in the whole game is Logitech. I'm trying to remember if they were part of the previous game. I cannot. But I do know that I think Sortex is that missing 5th player who hasn't made a huge impact score-wise, but is at least dividing Alpha OP's attention just that little bit more.
Yeah, well, with that Commander Shield, you can stay alive for a long time. You can soak up a lot of damage, and when you are able to make a distraction, then it allows for someone like Logitech to just step it up a notch and completely carry your team. Logitech, 12-5 right now. Absolutely the best performer on the side of Alpha OP. Sorry, of Team Kaizo.
It looks like Alpha OP are now the ones forced to labor with only a 4-person roster as they've had a disconnect themselves, and it's going into a massive rout in favor of the cheesy ones. Hobbs, no win. Wait, Hobbs, are you a member of Alpha OP, or are you just talking about in general? Timo Ujtanesh, sorry for the mispronunciation there. Welcome to the stream, and glad you like yourself some MC5. We do too, and that's why we're here all weekend long. We'll be bringing you at least, I think, 3 or 4 different competitions, maybe even more. That we'll see how it goes, to cover the monthly finals as well as these PC weekly ones as well. A huge amount of MC5, as much, I think, as anybody can handle.
Oh, I'm sure I could handle more MC5 than what we have to offer here today for our menu. This is just a taste of what's gonna come, kind of it. It is just an appetizer.
Logitech certainly giving us a performance worthy of a king in this opening bout. 16 kills so far. I think that's... Well, we'll have to check in by the end of the game and see if anyone in this tournament is able to perform as well as Logitech did. He hasn't been perfectly. You noticed before, you know, some of these high-scoring players do take a lot of deaths as well. I'm going to have a check to see.
16-8, so that's 2 kills for every death that Logitech has gotten so far. So I would say that right now Logitech is feasting on Alpha OP, forcing them to famine.
Mr. Beast YouTube, welcome to the stream. How is it going? I hope you're enjoying your slice of MC5 action. As Steelers says, we've got quite the menu for you guys this weekend, so whatever time zone you're in, there'll almost certainly be MC5 running for yourselves this weekend as Team Kaizo looks to clean the decks. We'll just send the bracket through to you guys so you can see what's going on, as well as the general page to see all of our tournaments this weekend. PC right now, blue finals, then the blue tournament, red tournament, and I presume that's the red finals coming in tomorrow. Though it's listed as the blue right now. I assume that's going to get corrected as we go. Miss Beast YouTube, I have to admit, and I feel like a jerk for saying so, but I wouldn't want to deceive you on this. I don't remember you specifically, but I hope that we'll form a new bond from this point until our dying days. Too dramatic, Dealers, or just dramatic enough?
You are so nice kind of fit, but you know what? Something other that's very nice, Alpha OP, they're making that comeback. They were behind so far, and now Matteo and Voss, coming in and taking this back, 38-42. Kaizo, they really need to get this heat on the way, or they might just not be able to melt in time.
Alright guys, it's coming down towards the end. We thought Team Kaizo had this one in hand. Here again, Simon is right. The Android tournament will be next weekend. But as time runs out, Alpha OP, what a comeback from them. They went for a game that looked like it was almost guaranteed to be in the favor of the cheesy ones. to almost taking the whole series there and then.
It was so close. They just needed 2 more kills to force overtime. But unfortunately, they're not going to get that. And we're going to go to a third game kind of fate. And if I'm not mistaken, our third game will be on the map of Advantage. So I, for one, cannot wait to see what's going to happen.
And as we said, Logitech getting 19 kills in that game. We'll be keeping our eyes out for anyone else who's able to duplicate that feat. Ultimately, it ended up with only 5 more kills than deaths. So, not necessarily the most influential performance in terms of getting the team over the edge, but did end the game just a little bit faster. Miss Beast, the commentary makes you feel nice and enjoyable. That's a good combination of things. So guys, we've been having a little bit of server issues with the community games, but we'll keep running them. I have let Redu, our Game Love contact, know, though with it being the weekend, it's possible that the engineers and things are away. But we'll keep running the games, and hopefully things will clear up. Leander Z, welcome. What's with the grumpy face, Leander? Have things not been going so good for you?
Oh, did you let me tell our admin that Kaizo they won?
Oh no, I didn't get around to that.
I've done that. No worries. No worries.
So, dealers in Denmark, if Leander Z came to you and it was like, you know, got the old grumpy face on, how do people in Denmark, you know, cheer someone up? Is there something they say or something they do?
We actually have a song, like a children's song for when you need cheering up.
Oh gosh, how does it go?
Well, I'm not sure you would be able to understand.
Oh no, I mean it's just for the interest of it, really.
Yeah, well, so the song is if you're mad and sad, basically, and then it goes like, if you're mad and sad, then clap your hands.
Okay.
And then you just you sing that, or that's the first not chorus, but that's the first part of the song. And then you have 6 parts, so you end up nicking what's called.
Does it take you from being mad and sad to being happy?
It should be. It should do. Yeah.
Okay, because we've got.
Sorry.
Well, we've got the if you're happy, you know it, clap your hands stuff, but we don't it's not used in the the turn people's emotions around way, because it doesn't have that whole sad part. That's interesting. Alright guys.
Wait, what's your song called?
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I mean, that's all I really remember of it. But guys, we'll be...
Yeah, ours is about being mad and sad, unfortunately.
Well, we'll have to do some investigation. Miss Beast Android ESL will be in 1 week's time, so I hope you come and join in for that one. For now, we're headed to break, and we'll catch you guys on the other side of this community game. Welcome back, everybody! It's time for Alpha OP and Team Kaizo to clash for officially the last time today, making it all the way through to game number 3. Dealers, we've had both teams dropping players, and as soon as they went from 5 to 4, then their doom was sealed. Do you think we'll get a full 5-person roster Clasherino for this final game?
Oh, I absolutely hope so, kind of it. I would love to take it back, but you know what? It all begins with them grabbing control from the get-go, because last time around, they lost because they didn't control the tempo of the game, and that apparently seemed to be the ingredient for success for them to win any game. They need to have success. Oh, sorry, they need to have control over the tempo.
Let's see, so Alpha OP, they have got 5. We got 5 on both sides. So I think we might get to finally see what happens when these two teams clash at their full capacity. Matthew getting cut down by Logitech. Of course, Logitech, the hero of last time round, with those 19 kills, did so well early on. But I think Team Kaizo, perhaps much like we did, thought the game was won and almost threw it back to Alpha OP. I think trying to recover themselves in game number 3 could be a bit tricky, especially now they're behind in the early going.
Oh, absolutely. You need to keep it up, and especially against a team like Alpha OP, who you know have a lot of success in the past, who you know are very experienced. You can't lay low. You need to keep it up when you're going up against them, because if you do so, sorry, if you don't do that, if you stop pushing forward, you are going to lose.
You see Jam trying to sneak around the side. Alpha OP breaking their team up into individual units. It is making these skirmishes a little harder to win. I think while they're ahead though, 4 kills ahead with 2 minutes or close enough completed. Matteo sneaking around. Let's have a look at the numbers. It's cover so far, 5-0, pretty much accounting for the Alpha OP lead by themselves.
Oh, absolutely, and Kaizo, they need to find a way to stop cover right now without having done. Cover is just the MVP of Alpha OP right now, having a bit of fun right here with 2 Kaizo members trying to take cover down. Will not get that first kill as cover takes one of them down with a shot in the face. Now Alpha OP up by 9 kills.
Yeah, things looking pretty dire for the Cheesy Feats, as that's a 10 kill advantage. Oh wow. We cover 7-0 so far, just absolutely monstrous. Get taken down for the first time in the game. Logitech, from being the primary carry of Team Kaizo in the red, has yet to make a big impact. Canalita, who has been strong with a sniper before, is also doing well, but the rest of the team yet to really pick up too much of anything as far as kills go.
This time around, Logitech still at the top of the scoreboard, kind of it, but unfortunately Logitech has died a lot this time around as well. So while you're getting those kills in, Logitech simply just not putting up the same performance as the last time around, and thus dragging their team down. But then again, like, they're the ones at the top of the scoreboard, so can you really say that they're dragging their team down when everyone else is not doing that hot? And well,
now this hot cheese from Team Kaizo seems to have cooled off considerably in game number 3. As Frashead is saying in the chat, Alpha is a good squad and very hard to get into. Certainly seems to have performed exceptionally well in this last game. It is worth noting that Team Kaizo are down to 4 members, but I think the route started while they still had all 5 members in the field.
Oh, absolutely, and now it just feels like Kaizo, they're slowly giving. Like they did in game number 2, kind of it. When they were that far ahead, they were so close to throwing their lead away. So like once again, they just need to get themselves back together, start to really focus in on what they need to do, and well, figure that out for the next tournament, because now the run is about to be over. 1 more kill for Alpha OP and Kaizo will be out, but Kaizo, they have the potential. It just feels like they need to stop giving up. They need to keep up the train, because if they stop feeding the train steam, then that steam train will not go further.
Circuit MC5. The reward for this particular tournament is a share of 7,000 credits, 5,000 to the first place team and 2,000 to the second. For our regular weekly competitions on iOS, the reward is $100 or €100. For the monthly finals, which will be coming up later today on iOS, the reward is $500 or €500 for our monthly iOS finals. So very much worthwhile. On PC and Android as well, they have the same reward structure. That 7,000 credits becomes 30,000 credits. So very much worthwhile to not just take part in weekly competitions, but to consistently do so and make sure you get access to those big prized tournaments.
But now kind of it. Moving on to the tournament. Next up, we probably should have one of those semi-final matchups. Right now in the lower semi, Pepperoni Nibbles going up against Team Bolito, and Team Ken gonna face up against Alpha OP to decide who's gonna move into the grand final.
Alright guys, we'll see if we can sneak in a community game before this one gets started. As you mentioned much earlier on in the broadcast, and of course you can check the bracket for yourselves, Team Kin were awaiting the winner of that last quarter-final game in the upper semi-finals, so it's quite likely we're going to see those soon. Pepperoni and Team Arbolitos, dealers mentioned, clashing in the lower semi-finals currently. So get in here as quick as you can, and we'll get this break game started with ESL up in just a few more minutes' time.
So ESL 1, 2, 3, if you want to play, the platform is PC. Counterfeit and I honestly would love to see some of those up-and-coming professional players come in and show us how it's done.
Alright, we got enough to get this game started. ESL 1, 2, 3. You can join this one even once it is underway. But for now, our break game is, I think, just about ready to begin. I'll give it a chance for these unassigned players to choose their teams. There we go. And we'll catch you guys on the other side of the break, even more MC5, in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back, everyone. We are into our semi-final stage. Alpha OP, fresh off their victory against Team Kaizo, with a very compelling game number 3 performance, now up against the Peruvian team and number 1 seed, Kin.
And I think this is going to be one matchup. Team Kin, they haven't played today, so they shouldn't really be that warm. They might need some time getting ready. But then you have the team of Alpha OP. They've just had to fight their way to the semifinals, so they are hot and they are ready to take down Team Kin on their path to the grand final.
Yep, guys, if a win out here in this semi-final guarantees at least 2,000 credits for whichever team it goes through, because that's the second place prize, but the potential of more than doubling that up to 5,000 if you come into first place. We mentioned the monthly finals, which are available not just on iOS, but on Android and PC as well. Finishing first gives you maximum seeding points to get into those monthly finals as one of our top 8 teams of the preceding month.
But Alpha OP, they're off to the best start, kind of finding one more kill than Team Kin within the first 45 seconds. Team Kin, however, sticking quite well together here. They're not moving away from this upper stage that they have control over. So the team from, I believe, Peru rather, is working quite well together.
Cover managing to stand up against multiple Kin members, charging through, takes down 2, looking for a third as well. Can't quite manage it, but Woz does pick up with a grenade kill on the end. Alpha OP, they're standing up for now, but it's extremely close. Team Kin only 1 kill behind.
Oh, Cover's doing so well so far this game, but Team Kin, with that commander shield, David M, definitely making sure that Team Kin, they stay competitive, but David apparently also able to kill himself with a grenade, and that's a bit unfortunate for a team who's currently fighting for a spot in the grand final.
You see Jer trying to hold the bottom left-hand corner of a fortress of its own. Team Kin, I'm sure if they did get the lead, would be looking to try and retreat back to either the extreme bottom left or top right, and then bleed out the opposing squad as they came in. Number 1 and number 3, Jer M and David for Team Kin trying to hold the top, but Cover manages to break through, and I think is looking to try and hunt down Jer, who's currently up above them.
But Alpha OP, I love what they're doing here against Team Kin. They're not trying to go for these team fights. They're not trying to mash in as one collective team. They're trying to take Team Kin down from multiple different angles, and it's working out. When you have a team like Team Kin who's boxed themselves up into a corner, the best way to take them down is by hitting multiple areas of their body. Right now, Voss and the rest of Alpha OP, they're doing a good job at doing that.
Yeah, these multiple assaults coming in. Beautiful play from Alpha OP there. And for Team Kin, playing defensively when you're behind, you're really leaving yourself at the mercy of Alpha OP, who control the entirety of the rest of the map and can choose to attack from whichever angle they please, or indeed, not even attack at all and force you to come out through those choke points that you've been using yourself.
26-18, Team Kin falling quite far behind with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Team Kin, they have plenty of time to really make this comeback, but they need to start it now. JRM and David M, with those commander shields, able to protect themselves quite a lot, but doesn't look to be enough, really. I would love to see them push a bit more forward, just try and do a bit more fighting against Alpha OP, because right now it's not working out. Try to just, instead of actually, let me correct myself, instead of just fighting so recklessly, just try and go for these fights where you actually have like 2 people up against 1, because Alpha OP, they continue to try and go for these skirmishes.
Team Kin trying to push themselves up through the middle of the map, getting cut to pieces. Alpha OP just showing up huge here against Team Kin from Peru. Again, Team Kin coming as our number 1 seeded team today here on PC. Looking like they're having a real rough go of things against Alpha OP. a very popular team in the chat, and they seem to be earning that adoration with very strong performances, particularly from Matteo, up in the double digits already, and with less than half that number of deaths.
Ooh, 4 kills, Matteo. This is really well by Matteo, picking up 15 kills. That is absolutely crazy. Now, that's going to be the end of this first game. Team Kin, our first seeded team of today, not even able to get 25 kills. What a surprise, but to be fair, they might just do better on conversion, which will be our second game of this best of 3 series here in the semi-final.
Alpha OP's Trident there. Matteo with 15, Cover and Wasp with 12 as well. That's a 3-pronged Trident that poked Team Kin quite mercilessly in that last game. If game number 2 is anything like that one, it could well be a swift entry into the grand finals and access to the prize pool for Alpha OP. For now though, guys, please do come and join us, ESL-123. We're going to try and sneak in a community game on PC while we wait for game number 2 to come together. Inescu Marius, you play MC5 and you're level 140. Jeez, that's a lot of levels.
Have you never gone that many levels, Peter?
Well, because we've got this account from Gameloft, this is set as level 140, but we didn't earn it the traditional way. Inescu Marius, I presume it earned it just by playing a hell of a lot of MC5, so Inescu, all credits to you. That's getting that the proper way, as it were, is an enormous task, and we respect you for it.
Very impressive indeed, but honestly, when you love a game as much as you love MC5, then it does make a lot of sense that you are able to get all the way to such a high level.
We do, of course, welcome our Call of Duty mobile friends into the stream and see some of you guys posting about it around the place. You're more than welcome to come and join in. If you're not an MC5 player, just like Call of Duty Mobile, it's totally free to come in and give it a try and see if you like it. I imagine if you guys like Call of Duty Mobile, you'll be able to enjoy MC5 as well. But even if you're not, then let me just do a quick rehost in the game. Then we're glad you decided to come and spend some of your time with us today. We will be back.
Wow, that is scary.
Sorry? Oh, you're talking about the...
Yeah, the monster on the stream. Super scary. Anyway, you were saying?
Well, yes, we've got some of the trailers from the new zombie mode as part of the rotation during the break. So, yes, try not to be too scared, friends, for those zombos can't really hurt you, or can they? That's right. We're going to be posting zombos to your domicile, dealers. It's going to be an extremely exciting public event.
Please don't. You're gonna scare me.
Demetrios, not a MC5 fan, I can see. Well, thank you for dropping by the stream and spending a little bit of time with us. We would ask for all of you guys who come in who maybe aren't long-time MC5 fans, please do be chill with everyone in the chat. Otherwise, we will have to give a bit out the time outeroos, but everyone here, even if you're not a current player of MC5, is obviously more than welcome to come and join in with things today. Right, let's grab a few more players for our break game. Delocoman, welcome, welcome. Devil X. So yes, I do. Devil X, of course, you've been around for ages. Your last ESL game was against SAD. Well, SAD is still playing, so that doesn't really time it very well. Demetrius, you've played 4,000 hours. Gosh, that's a lot of hours. Did you manage to get up to level 114? Kai, you've been on 4 years. Peanut? I don't understand.
You have a 4-year-old peanut.
Ah, what's its name?
That... Does it have children at this point in time? After 4 years, I would assume that it's perhaps like a bit moldy and stuff like that.
I don't know. I would be very upset if my children became moldy. Alright guys, cool. We look like we've got a lot of folks in here for this free-for-all, so let's get this one started before we get onto our next round of ESL competition. And we'll catch you guys after the break. ESL 1, 2, 3. There's still a couple of places left in this free-for-all. And then, in 7 minutes or less, we'll be back in again. Game number 2 between Alpha OP and Team Kin coming up. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome everyone, Alpha OP and Team Kin will be clashing once more. This is the semi-final stages, and Alpha OP, they ran a steamroller over Team Kin in game number 1.
You sure it's just a steamroller counterfeit? I'm pretty sure they the bloody Titanic at them.
It was certainly a sinking feeling for Team Kin. As you mentioned, not even managing to break the halfway mark before Alpha OP cast them aside in game number 1. We'll see if things do change for game number 2.
You know what kind of felt? It felt like Team Kin, they had the whole game on the tipping edge of the door. They could have swung both ways, but unfortunately there was only place for one team on that door, and that was Alpha OP.
Oh man. Oh, I see what you're saying. You were going back to... I was trying to figure out what on earth you were talking about, and I realised it's a Titanic thing. Yes, yeah, I'm with you now.
Anyway, Team Kin, they're up start. 3 kills to 1 of Alpha OP, so kind of it, they're absolutely giving Alpha OP their everything, and this might just be Team Kin going on one hell of a journey. And perhaps that journey could lead them into the grand final if they could take down Alpha OP here in the first game of today.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw this from Team Kin before. Their preferred style is most definitely hyper-defensive. And this time, well, for a few moments there, they actually had the kill score to justify it being ahead. Now falling behind against Alpha OP, who broke through that defense. I mean, you know, while it's even right now, I think if this moves out onto the general map and we just start seeing it's turned into pure brawling, then Alpha OP are going to come out on top.
Oh, absolutely. Alpha OP, they showed us in game number 1 how good of a team they are when it comes down to skirmishing. That Team Kin, they are more about controlling an area and working together around that area. But unfortunately for them in game number 1, Alpha OP never gave them a chance at creating that ground that they could work from. And now Team Kin, they're once again just being punished by trying to create a fort from which they can shoot from.
Team Kin back in the corner once again, this time without the kill lead, but as we've seen, Alpha OP, despite what, you know, the fact they could just fall back and let the game timer run down, they're more than up for a fight, chasing down and hitting into the flanks. You see, Team Kin, that's the problem with fighting in a big stretched out line, is you're relying on your teammates to cover your flanks, and when those teammates die, you are left incredibly vulnerable.
Oh, you absolutely are. Cover! Oh! 5 kills! That's a double headshot. Cover keeps on firing, keeps on going. Boom, headshot, and simply doesn't give up. Turns around 360. Doesn't get that kill before being shot in the face, but a good try from cover anyway. 5 speed kills out of nowhere for Alpha OP.
Wonder Barras and Shinsuke, welcome to the stream. We are in our second semi-final game between Team Kin and Alpha OP. Kin have started to show a little bit more fight. They got crushed in game number 1, did they? Team Kin, the red team from Peru. And it's starting to turn that way once again as we have got out onto that brawling mid-map fighting whilst getting jumped by the Team Kin members, somehow managing to take down both of them. I just think Team Kin, they're so far out of their defensive wheelhouse right now that they, you know, their team dropping out of the sky and Ross keeps on picking up the kills.
37 to 28 kind of it. Team Kin, they're not able to keep up with Alpha OP. Their skirmish style too much. And Team Kin, they're about to fall down to Jam and the rest of Alpha OP. Alpha OP means they're going to be in the grand final. Means that they're going to be facing up against either Pepperoni from France or Team Bolito. Bolito, my favorites to go all the way to the grand final. The second seeded team of today, and a team that everyone knows does do very well in those PC Cups.
Yeah, the little trees that could, the Arbolitos, have made a pretty heavy impact before. Alpha OP, if they win out this semi-final 2-0, I think they make their own strong case for being potential tournament winners, especially going up against number 1 seed Team Kin and winning, well, I would say as convincingly. Certainly game 1 that was the case. Team Kin are actually catching up a little bit towards the end of this game too.
Oh my. Might this just be Team Kin making that comeback? Alpha P, they're not out of the woods yet, but 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Alpha P, they have plenty of time to find those kills that they need. Though the same obviously goes for Team Kin.
2 minutes left. I don't think we're going to be going all the way to the end there. JM doing some nice sniping from up on top. Team Kin, they've equalized. We've got just those 2 minutes left. 5 kills. Team Kin now in the lead.
Who's going to take this? Team Kin, they're just 1 kill ahead of Alpha B. Make that 2! A good grenade from K and B. But now, Alpha P, they're not going to give up. I'm sure of it. Cover finds kill with that grenade. Finds a kill. Matteo, finds 2 kills. And now it's going to come down to the last 3 kills. Counterfeit. Who's going to grab this? Alpha P, they're going to move into the end game with just a point lead.
We'll check in with Matteo. Down to minimal health. And no, the airstrike. No, I think it was Voss actually stealing away the kill in just at the end there. Team Kin, they did so much better in game number 2 of the semi-finals, but ultimately the result is as it appeared like it would be from the end of game 1. 2-0 to Alpha OP. They are going right through to the grand finals to face off against the winner of Pepperoni and Team Bolito.
Well played overall right here by Alpha OP and Counterfeit. I'm looking forward to seeing them in the grand final because they have really shown us today that they are a team made of steel, and you need to give them all the respect in the world.
What's definitely going to be the MVP for the Alpha OP side of things. 17 kills, I think, in the last game. Not quite matching our 19 kill record so far, but getting pretty damn close. Wonder Brass, a big fan of that double headshot. Yeah, that was pretty sick. Might see if we can go back and get a timestamp of that one because that was real nice. But with that, though, guys, we're going to create another community game. Dealers, where are we going to go for this next team battle?
Ooh, let's check in. Let's see what we're going to get in the grand final. So get one of those. Ooh, you know what we're not going to see in the grand final, Counterfeit? Rooftops. Let's go to the rooftop.
Let's raise the roof. ESL 1, 2, 3. Wonder Brass is feeling the dance within their soul, and Hero Gaming Simon, why their soul has escaped from their body and it's floating around the room. How terrifying. Guys, come and join us. ESL 1, 2, 3. Do as well, add me up as a friend on PC, and I'll make sure you get invited directly to any future community games. Fabian Jesus Camacho Quintero, welcome to the stream. Wonder Brass, you missed these competitions. Well, we'll keep running these competitions as long as we're able, so you don't need to miss them. You can come and join in with them. It doesn't even cost anything to join. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ooh, well, Counterfeit, you know what? It does cost some joy, because you know what? You are going to have a lot of joy playing in these competitions, because you're going to play with a team. So, actually, I think, let me rephrase that. It doesn't cost a lot of joy. It costs the fact that you might be bored. So if you want to have fun, join up. See, it sounded better in my head, but I'm just saying you're not going to be bored if you play in these tournaments. So join up. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to leave myself out. I'm just going to clap it by.
All right, there we go. You've heard it from the man himself. So guys, if you'd like to join in with any future ESL competition, then post the links in the chat. Our players seem to be very determined to have an extremely unbalanced community game, so let's get started while it's roughly equal, and we'll catch you guys on the other side. Our grand finals coming up. Alpha OP versus an as yet undetermined opponent. Who will it be? Let us know. Our Bolito, certainly the favourites, but Team Pepperoni Nibbles from France could make the surprise and meet in the finals. We'll see what happens. 7 minutes away. We'll catch you then. Everybody listen! It's time for our Bolito! The little trees that could who've made it through the bottom half of our bracket to now go up against the as yet undefeated Alpha OP. Will they be able to... Will Alpha OP be able to continue their reign of terror? Or will our Bolito prove too much to handle?
Alpha OP, they are yet to lose a single game here today, kind of fit. So they're coming in with so much heat under them. But for Team Bolito, we must say that they are looking absolutely too. They took down Pepperoni in the semi-final. Pepperoni, the first of today's stream. So obviously, they are a team to reckon with as well.
First 30 seconds pass in this grand finals with both of these teams expending some of their heavy munitions trying to get the advantage on another Galaxy career. Will be going up against number 4 End. And I think that's Frugo? No, maybe not. Warren. Sneaking through the side. Leonidas does pick up a kill to equalize between the two teams as Galaxy career wins out on the flank. Right now, our team Bolito controlling the left-hand side and Alpha OP the right.
Bolito now getting one kill over Alpha OP, but counterfeit here with Warren. Alpha OP, they can get behind Warren with that commander shield and actually make some stuff happen. When you have that commander shield, you can attract so much attention, soak up so much damage, just be such a nuisance for your opponents. So if they just get behind that shield and push on up, then they will have at least one good place to hide.
Right now, the two teams maintaining parity, one another, exactly the same score with 1.5 minutes past. We've seen Bolito, the Blues, setting up in the sarcophagus room. There's a lot of cover in there, and Alpha OP might struggle to break in, especially if they don't manage to get hits in from both flanks at once.
But it's such a close game, counterfeit, and I'm really enjoying the fact that our grand final might not just be a 3-0 sweep. Right now with Bolito and Alpha OP matching up so evenly, we could see us go all the way to 5 games. We could see us go all the way to... I was about to say Museum. That's our first game of the stream, and apparently Museum is also the 5th map of this best of 5 series. So we're gonna have to clarify that with our admins.
Let me just check in a second, because yes, we're getting notices from the chat that we may have made a small mistake here. So let me just check in, because these names, I realise, are not the names I would have expected. So Bolito, that's right, to apologise, is over on the right-hand side with Leonidas as part of the squad. And let's see, Rex, Tash, yes, these are Pepperoni Nibbles.
Yeah, wait, yeah, no way, this is, oh sorry, I'm so sorry. Obviously Pepperoni Nibbles and Bolito, it's the last match between them. So this will decide who's going to move into the grand final. Obviously, sorry ladies and gentlemen, our fault. But we're going to figure out who's going to move into the grand final, seeing once we're done with this game, if it's going to be Pepperoni Nibbles or...
Thank you, Soul Catcher, for letting us know. Yes, I do apologise. It was some poor observance on our part to not notice the team names are not what we expected, or rather the player names are not what we expect them to be. So right now, Pepperoni Nibbles from France over in the blue with Battle Royale expert Rex Tash, part of the Hellfire Battle Royale tournament, and did pretty well on that. Currently 6-2. Along with Galaxy Career, we saw sneak up the flank before. Very powerful play on the sniper, and 11-3 so far.
Pepperoni Nibbles looking absolutely unstoppable actually against Bolito. Up right now by 13 kills, kind of fit. If this continues, then I must say that I think Bolito, they are gonna fall down, and Pepperoni Nibbles could stand a good chance against Alpha OP. Alpha OP, they need someone as aggressive, as explosive as themselves, and right now Pepperoni Nibbles are at least giving that to Bolito.
Yeah, Pepperoni very much fired up in this game number 3 again for a place in the Grand Finals. Well, thanks again to Soulcatcher for catching that one for us. As the last trade falls in favour of our Bolito. They're not quite done in this game number 3, but still 10 kills behind. Gonna need one hell of a final run to turn this game 3 around.
Oh, but they could do it counterfeit though. Pepperoni Nipples, they're currently sitting so it's gonna get close. Now Bolito, they need to get moving.
Rex Tash still doing very well for the squad. Galaxy career as well. 16 kills so far. Extremely nasty stuff as they go charging in. Leonidas does get 2, maybe even 3 there, taking out Vince with a nice long-range PR headshot. But I think for all this struggling and fighting our Bolito are doing, it looks like they may just be too far behind.
It might just look like that. Pepperoni Nibbles, they need 3 more kills. Make that 2. Bolito, they need however 10. And it's going to take an incredible miracle for them to make that comeback. It's not going to come in. And they're going to fall prey to Pepperoni Nibbles, who are going to move up into our grand final, where they're going to face Alpha OP.
So guys, again, apologies for the confusion. But yes, Pepperoni Nibbles, very nice stuff. Galaxy, in particular, 18-6. Well, that's not the most kills anyone's gotten. I think that's probably the best scoreline anyone's gotten in the tournament so far. That sniper, you see the old, slightly annoyed-looking panda face. That's the face of death. Guys, we want you back on stream for one last time. ESL-123 Summer Gaming. Wait, SA Galaxy? I'll do a quick Google Translate. I'm not actually sure what SA means. SA means... Spanish. Oh, that Galaxy. Okay. Yes, Galaxy was pretty darn scary. Alright. So, Diglis, you were doing some research into the maps which were going to be shown in the Grand Finals to determine which one we should use for our custom game. Where did you land on that ultimately?
Ooh, well, we can still go to the construction site. That hasn't, or that's not going to be a part of the pool that we're going to see in the Grand Final.
Alright. So guys, do come and join us. Grand Final is waiting. Our Bolito have been cut down by the Pepperoni Nibbles. I can only assume that their team captain was kind of hungry when they came up with that name. But now their hunger is turned towards that lion's share of 7,000 credits on the line for our Grand Final. Second place takes home 2,000. First place, 5,000. Should be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Diglis, you said we've got some really, really strong teams coming into our Grand Finals today. We can already see there's some support from Pepperoni, from Fruzando in the chat. Who do you think is most worthy to lift the crown?
Oh, well, counterfeit. I would say Alpha OP are definitely my favorites of today. The way that they've been playing, it's just been so absolutely good. And I feel like the way that they've been controlling their opponents has been perhaps just the best version of MC5 that I've seen on PC for a very, very long time.
Alright guys, do get in here. Again, this may be our last chance to get you guys on to stream, so make sure we'll add you guys all up as friends as well to make it easier to bring you along for future games. But we'll just throw out a few more invites. And then we'll get things started.
Yeah, we're just getting our admin up to speed so that we have everything going correctly. But now we're gonna have that break game moving up very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to play, obviously the platform is PC. The passkey is ESL-123. And even though the game will be going on during the break, you can still join up using the same passkey.
So, Diglis, if I was going if I was in the same position as the Pepperoni Nibbles captain and I wanted to name my team after whatever it was I happened to be craving at the moment I made the team,
Yeah.
I think I would go for... What was I thinking before? The Frankfurters. Because I ate a bunch of those just before the stream started.
You know what? I would probably, if I had to do the same thing, I would probably team the risotto.
Ooh, that's a classy one. Risotto.
Yeah, I really love risotto. You could also go for Ramen Remembers.
Ramen Remembers.
Or no, Ramen Revenger. That's probably scary.
Ah. I'm often scared of ramen. Alright guys, we'll catch you after the break with the first game of our grand finals. Team Bolito have been knocked out by the Pepperoni Nibbles. You can see you guys are right behind them going into the grand finals. They will be going up against Alpha OP. We'll see what happens after the break. Alright guys, we're going to do one more community game before the grand finals get started. Manatoro AB is out supporting the Pepperoni team. It looks like only our moderator, Hero Gaming Simon, is putting any stock behind the idea that Alpha OP will be the ones winning today. I don't know. I think Pepperoni certainly have the advantage of being more popular. I don't know if that translates necessarily to performance, but it's, you know, it's something to know that the crowd are actively rooting for you to win as opposed to rooting against you.
Oh, absolutely. It does give you a bit more work and a little bit more power, just psychologically, to work with. So I absolutely wouldn't be mad if I got any support from the crowd.
Apuna Muna Tripathi, welcome, welcome. Our finals should be getting started in just a few moments. We'll keep you guys supplied with community games until that does happen, because once the finals are underway, it's quite likely we'll be going through games so quickly that we won't get another chance to do community games. We'll just be deeply entrenched in the ESL competition itself. I think we've got enough to get this break game started. So we'll come back to you guys as soon as we're ready. BIG MC5, well, that's a great way to enter a chat. Hello, lovely people.
Aww. Hello, lovely you.
Alright, I think this game might actually end up being completely full before we even started, which is a pretty impressive thing. Alright, I think we've got Ferrari and someone else just lurking on the silence. I hesitate with starting because I know that will kick them out of the game, but I think we'll just have to let them rejoin after the fact. ESL 1, 2, 3, there we go. We'll catch you guys on the other side of the break, just sorting out the finals at the moment, and we'll be back soon.
let's go.
Let's go, indeed. Pepperoni Nibbles and Alpha OP, best of 5 action dealers. We've seen the Nibbles managing to do a big number on the little trees, the Arbolitos. And Alpha OP have had their own journey we've been following much more closely throughout the tournament. We've got a divided audience, but the Nibbles seem to have at least most of the crowd on their side.
Oh, they absolutely do, Counterfeit. They are crowd favorite. You know what? They might just win here today, but they have to go through Alpha OP. They haven't lost a single game so far today, so absolutely coming out as the clear favorites for today.
The Nibbles will be headed towards the center of the map, but it is the 4-person Alpha OP team who get there first. They got a member up on top as cover comes in as well. So it looks like we'll have no excuses as first blood goes to Was. A nice grenade toss.
Now let's keep it up. Alpha OP 1 kill ahead of P Nibbles. The Pepperoni guys coming out with a lot of kills too. Does have Razor. So that's obviously one very strong player. I can recognize Razor. I can also, and those two players, they always tend to completely dominate their opposition.
Was hunting down that Razor there as it's dead even between the two. Was though has 3/4 of Alpha OP's kills on their own back, so they'll have to be careful not to get cut down. Galaxy Korea doing the same thing for the Pepperoni Nibbles on the other side, also getting taken out of commission, so it's anyone's game.
Oh, it is Counterfeit. So let's see how this is gonna fare now. Double kill there with the grenade from Jam. Do you think that they can continue to keep this Jam up here from P Counterfeit, or will the Pepperoni Nibbles come in and say, no, we're not gonna be jamming, we're going to be eating pepperonis?
Well, I mean, it's a mission statement in a name, the Pepperoni Nibbles. I think you're right. That's the only way they eat tonight. The Pepperoni Nibbles is if they win out this series. Certainly Razor, seeming very motivated, went from being one of the weaker performing members on the Nibbles team to now being their strongest performing member after a big run through their squad.
Oh, absolutely. Razor is just coming up crystal clear.
Woo!
Gonna give a good shave over to Alpha OP, but Pepperoni Nibble not gonna give up without a fight, Counterfeit, and they will not be satisfied with the Nibbles this time around.
Yeah, Alpha OP having all sorts of fight inside them as we see Wasp defending the top of the stairs. Alpha OP, they've dropped one of their members in the intervening time, but somehow they've come out ahead. Wasp controlling the rooftop here with no one to challenge them, just raining down hellfire and grenades on the Pepperoni Nibbles and making this stairway an absolute death trap.
And here we go, Counterfeit. This is why Alpha, they are perhaps the best team in today's tournament. They've been so smashed against everyone. They've made sure to just continue to go for these skirmishes and not give up without a fight. And once again, they're showing this right here, that they simply are just the better team overall.
You can see that Galaxy Korea and Razor for the Pepperoni Nibbles team, both with 7 kills and 6 deaths so far. The Nibbles only just behind, but Watts comes in and cover. Vince able to get one back for the squad, but Alpha OP back in the driving seat as they take over the center once more.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. The center is very important about Counterfeit, especially for Alpha OP, who currently are in the lead, but they have to give it up for P Nibbles, who are grab that for themselves, who are gonna fight back and not give up without a fight. Alpha OP, they're so close they can taste it, but the P Nibbles are getting closer, and with only 2 kills in the lead, Alpha OP aren't quite out of the woods yet, Counterfeit.
Yeah, we talked about this stairway here. Alpha OP able to control it until now. Pepperoni Nibbles back on top in the center. Could give Alpha OP a tough time to re-establish themselves as the score goes even. Vince almost gets the second kill there, but Jam taken out in return. It's incredibly close as we come past the 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining mark. Both teams up on 39 points apiece.
I really like how the Pepperoni nibbles, they've been able to just to just transition their playstyle into a more fast-paced one, that they've said, okay, Alpha OP, they want to skirmish, we can do that too, and they've changed that into their playstyle now, kind of fit. That's why they're matching so well here against Alpha OP.
You see Galaxy Korea making a good run through there, but Jam and the rest of Alpha OP clean up the Pepperonis. As we come to the last fight of this opening round of the Grand Finals, Alpha OP, they seem to have this game in control. One last fight is coming up.
And there we go, Alpha OP, they're gonna pick it up. Pepperoni nibbles, they got very close, but that last fight kind of it went in the hands of the Alpha OP squad. And they're gonna pick up game number 1. Next up, we're gonna have overtimes. Let's see if we can get to overtime this time around. If the Pepperoni nibbles just used all of their steam in this one game.
Alpha OP, I think, relying very heavily on an extremely strong performance from Was in that last game. Everyone else kind of going more or less even in their kills and deaths. Galaxy, from over on the Pepperoni Nibbles side, actually propping up their team as far as it went as well, with a very similar record to Was. Guys, we will be taking a short break while game number 2 does get set up. Alpha OP, they've got the advantage in the series, but there's still 2 more victories from them to call themselves champions. Will the Pepperoni Nibbles come back? Let them know that you are supporting them in the chat, and we'll be back momentarily. Bienvenido a todos. Welcome everyone to game number 2 of our grand finals here today. Alpha OP and the Pepperoni Nibbles. The Nibbles, they have the hearts of the crowd, but do they have the heart to recover themselves in this series and turn things around in game number 2?
My best guess would be to say yes, of course they have. Alpha OP, they were taken to the very edge in game number 1. The P Nibbles, honestly, they were so good at adapting to what Alpha OP were doing in game number 1 that I feel like if P Nibbles they can do that right here and right now again, then I don't see why not we should be going to an even state going into the next one.
Was one of the big hitters from Alpha OP in game number 1, has all of their kills so far. We have seen, these games, these series kind of revolving around from a lot of the teams playing here today, some real big ace players, while the rest of the team play a more supporting style.
No, it's very even here to begin with, and you know what? Talking about supporting styles, that could very well be what P Nibbles they need to do against Alpha OP, but they would need to try. They would have to do it in a different way than what Team Kin did against Alpha OP. Because Alpha OP, when they were fighting against Team Kin, they absolutely ran them over. Because Team Kin, they tried to just control an area, and that meant that Alpha OP, they could just shoot at them from all different angles. So the Pepperoni Nibbles would have to, I feel like, play like Alpha OP, but just in a better way. They would have to have better moves.
Rextash does manage to keep the Pepperoni Nibbles ahead as Was started to go on a bit of a rampage just then. I think Rextash, yes, currently the best performing member of any of the teams in this game so far, is actually roaming out by themselves in the midst of multiple Alpha OP members.
That's not what you want to do, don't want to run into multiple enemies, but they do that right there, and it does put them in a bad position. They do go down, and now Pepperoni Nibbles will have to recover from that one bad play. So it looks like they're doing that with everyone, just moving up and killing Alpha OP.
Galaxy Korea doing a fantastic job of delivering those kills in bunches. Alpha taking the full-on face-to-face confrontation style, but you noted before, Pepperoni Nibbles have been trying to play out defensively at points, and now they've got the advantage. They've got a 7-kill lead, and now they can just put themselves into the bottom left-hand corner and force Alpha OP to filter themselves from these multiple choke points.
When you move into a choke point, you obviously put yourself in a very bad position if your enemy is to capitalize upon you, and it feels like Alpha OP, they need to stop doing that, and especially here on overtime, when you often move into a choke point just because the map is so corridor. There's so many different corridors, there's so many different tunnels that you can move in through, and right now Pepperoni Nibbles, with them being all over the map, with them always being able to shoot you, Alpha OP, they need to find a different way of moving around, perhaps move up into squads, or perhaps move just a bit faster and more scattered.
Well, I think one of the things that's really, stopping Alpha OP from putting together the coherence defense is they've, you can see in the bottom left, they have 3 members of Pepperoni Nibbles in that defensive position, but you've got Rextash, or in this case Steve, going out and really interfering with what Alpha OP are trying to set up offensively before it even starts to come together.
Oh, that's true, but now overall for Alpha OP, they find themselves 10 kills behind. They're starting to find a few kills here by, but one player alone cannot carry the entirety of Alpha's back. Jam and Voss, however, they can absolutely do that, but P Nibbles continuing to find kills means that they don't really fall behind, and that they continue to just put themselves more or less even here with Alpha OP in terms of who's getting kills left and right.
Alpha OP, they did manage to find a line into the Pepperoni Nibbles backline there, but some good reversal from the Nibbles, they came charging out and cut them down. It's looking like the Nibbles are in line here to equalize this best of 5 grand final series by taking this second game and going into the third game dead even. Galaxy Korea and the rest of the squad, we're seeing several very strong performances here. Rex Tash in particular.
The P Nibbles counterfeit. That is such a good performance from them now here against Alpha OP. This is how you take down a team like Alpha OP. This is how you cement yourself as a team that deserves to be in the grand final. The P Nibbles, they've given us a series, and this is not going to be over at all.
There you go, guys. We have equalized 1 game apiece. A lot of the reason that happened was down to an incredible performance from Rex Tash out on the rest of the map, while a lot of the time the rest of the Nibbles team was secreting themselves away in their defensive positions. Very, very well done. Now it's anyone's final as we go into Game 3. Dead even between the two squads. Guys, we'll take ourselves a short break, but when we return, Game 3 of the Grand Finals, 1 game apiece. We're back, and it's time for game number 3 of our grand finals. Alpha OP, they look like they might be able to take over the finals from game number 1, but the Pepperoni Nibbles crowd favourites came back in and delivered a convincing game 2 performance. A lot of that game 2 performance was down to Rex Tash with an astonishing show of force.
Oh, it absolutely was. Rex Tash coming up 17 kills, counterfeit. So that is absolutely someone you need to figure out a way to keep down here on our next map. Sorry, on this map here on Scramble. Though we must say that Alpha Peter not really off to a start, already finding themselves 4 kills down.
Oh wow, this has been a very tough start. Alpha only just grabbing their first kill and pressed all the way back into the corner of the command center. We're seeing the development of what is traditionally a very bad game for any team that gets put into a corner who respawn and die straight away again.
Oh, absolutely. And now the Pepperoni Nibbles, they're just gonna harvest everything. Right now, airstrikes and air bombers coming in, but Alpha P, they're not really giving up any ground, but the Pepperoni team not grabbing any kills either. Now, here we start it all. Now, Alpha P, they're starting that slaughter with Voss. 3 kills with 1 grenade.
That's the way you get back in if you're Alpha OP. Managing to fight their way out of the corner, managing to make up that difference. Still 5 kills separating the 2 squads. You can see P Nibbles, they are all arrayed outside waiting for Alpha OP to show themselves. There's only 2 exits from the command center. It's very hard to break out onto the main map.
Well, when you are in that command center counterfeit, at least you have a lot of cover to shoot out from. At the same time, you must say that when your opponent are sieging upon you, they have like that advantage of knowing when you can stick your head out and just being ready to shoot you. Alpha OP, they have to get their gun out and then take shots at their opponent. So like overall, I would say that Alpha OP, they have the opportunities to fight their way out, but they need to be quick with their shots.
It's amazing we've gone from how strong the Pepperoni team started out this game to being as close as it was until that last exchange, of course. Razor managing to pick up a whole bunch of kills. It has brought in the Hauser like machine gun to lay down a withering hail of fire and keep Alpha OP from stepping outside of those doors.
Ooh, but if Voss can continue to use so much success, then Alpha OP certainly find their way out. They just need 1 good grenade to open up the path, and then they could run out. So they're starting to move out now, but the P Nibbles, they're ready, and Voss gets a kill with that 1 grenade, but now counterfeit, can they do it? Will this be a bloodbath?
We can see Dahlia's managed to break out onto the map itself, does fall down, but finally the siege of the command center is over. And while there's a brawl in that same command center going on right now,
the roles have been swapped.
Yeah, Alpha OP are now on the outside and Pepperoni Nibbles fighting from the back.
Oh, counterfeit, this is so fun. The tips have scaled, and you know what? This is perfectly balanced, as all things ought to be.
We're 3 minutes and change left on this game number 3, and exactly as it should be, we've got these 2 incredibly powerful teams bringing each other to the very edge of reason. Alpha OP now firmly established outside. Didia is actually going into the command center with the shield and going face to face. Alpha OP, they were so far behind, now they're the ones in control.
10 more kills for Alpha OP counterfeit, then they would absolutely be in control. They would only need 1 more game. But the P Nibbles, with them being inside the command center, it feels like they can't really work it out. It feels like they can't figure out a way to get out. And P Nibbles, they're falling very far behind here. Alpha OP taking over. Alpha OP in the lead. Alpha OP gonna win this one.
Rex Tash is doing well once more for the Pepperoni Nibbles, but is being kept on the back foot. The aggression of Alpha OP now there in the driving seat. Seems like it could be too much to handle. We've got 2 minutes left. Only 4 kills separating. Galaxy Korea does get 1. This is the last chance for the Pepperoni squad to punch their way back in.
43 to 42. I said Alpha OP would win, but it's not quite over yet. P-Nibbles are fighting back. 45 kills here for Alpha OP. 47. Now 3 more will be it. Alpha OP, can they do this counterfeit? Will they be Alpha and will they be OP?
It's too late.
Oh, the question is yes. Or the answer is
Watt
yes.
and Cover did incredible stuff at the end of the game. Cover as well. Almost single-handedly cut down the Nibbles team as they were trying to make that last push. Whilst though 21 kills will officially take the best performing player of the whole tournament in that third game of the grand finals. What a performance. Alpha OP, what a comeback.
Yeah, oh my god, Alpha OP, after being sieged upon for so long in that command center, they end up being able to fight their way out, turn the things around, and take down the Pepperoni Nibbles. Now, I would say that in game number 4, I would expect Pepperoni to make a comeback because, damn, have they been playing good against Alpha OP. They've been giving them a match to the very edge, and I don't think we're going to see this series be over in the 4th game.
Alright guys, we'll be headed to break game 4. The chance for Alpha OP to make this finals a 3-1 or for the Pepperoni Nibbles squad to come back in and force us out to a 5-game series. We shall find out which one it shall be in 7 minutes or less. We're back, everyone. It's time for Game 4. It's match point for Alpha OP as they take game number 3 for themselves. What a comeback, fighting out of the corner and eventually throwing the Pepperoni Nibbles team to the wayside.
Alpha OP, they just kept their calm for so long, kind of fit. They never really got overrun by Pepperoni Nibbles. They kept just trading 1 for 1, 2 for 2, and it meant that Alpha OP could stay competitive against the Pepperoni squad. But now, we're on a completely different map. This is much more open, and Alpha OP, they're going to have to utilize those snipers they have free off to take down the Pepperoni Nibbles.
The upper deck being fought over at the moment with Jaden down very low on health. It's pretty darn even between the two. As, oh, excuse me a second, I think we might need to switch the teams there. I think they might have done that while I was looking away for a second. Let's see, so Rex Tash on the Pepperoni Nibbles side of things. Wasn't so impactful in the previous games, but now is back on form once again. 3 kills and 0 deaths so far. Pretty gnarly stuff. And with a Union Jack Imp, Rex Tash, you know what we like.
Oh, do I feel a biased caster right now?
Only right now.
No,
I try to be biased towards Britland every day.
That's totally fair, kind of it. I tend to be very as well, and honestly, I can understand why, especially as Rektash is coming in with a lot of flair and doing extremely well for themselves. But the Pepperoni Nibbles only up by 5 kills. It's not that much against Alpha OP. Things could turn around in just a second. In the blink of an eye, one might say.
Well, Rex Tash's Evil Eye core, it's not been blinking so far, has been using it really well to try and sneak around as they managed to get a floor bang through there on Matteo, hitting the grenade through the floor with the aerial effect. That Evil Eye lets you see through terrain, and so you can play in ways that other classes just cannot do. Really, really well done. Rex Tash finding those blind spots there for the Alpha OP squad that's really helping them get ahead.
Most importantly for Rektash and the rest of the Pepperoni squad, Rektash hasn't died too much, so having this one good player who is racking up a lot of kills but not dying at the same time means that you're putting yourself in a position where you can continue to get stronger and stronger and get a bigger and bigger lead without giving your opponents the opportunity to really make that comeback, because right now P Nibbles up by 10 kills.
You can see the control of the center is entirely in the hands of Pepperoni Nibbles. The Rex Tash has taken a couple of deaths, but I'm noticing as well we're seeing some of the big names like Was we expected to see big things out of before, not having the best of games in game number 4.
Well, Alpha OP with the way that things are. The pattern is that every uneven game, 1, 3, and 5, Alpha OP, they do well. That's my analysis. That's my analysis for this series. You're welcome. Goodbye.
Alright, guys.
Sorry. You go, Mr. Counterfeit.
Alright, so we've officially reached the halfway mark and Pepperoni Nibbles are back in control of this game and potentially the series as well. We wondered if they would be able to fight back, show the heart that was required to provide us with a game number 5, and it seems very much to be the case. We know that Rex Tash has been doing well, but Galaxy Korea, while they've taken more deaths than Rex Tash has, 11 kills is not too shabby at all. Razor.
Absolutely not. 11 kills, that's quite a lot. Certainly enough to put P Nibbles up in the lead.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all when you've got 2 players with 11 kills on your squad. You know you're doing pretty darn well. Cover, for instance, not up to 11 kills, only 10, but with 11 deaths. I have to think Alpha OP. I don't know if it's a map thing or if it's a game 4 thing, but this one has been decidedly in the Pepperoni team's favour.
Oh, it has. Now, the Pepperoni Nibbles, they show us that they can dominate their opponents too. So 50-29 Alpha OP. They're going to move into the last game of this grand final, as I predicted we would. Counterfeit go all the way. And now that means that either team can take it all. We just need one more game to decide everything.
All right, guys, let your respective teams know. Pepperoni, Nibbles, or Alpha OP. Who do you think is going to win game number 5? Rextash definitely taking the MVP from that last one. 12-3, extremely impressive stuff. And you can see from Alpha OP, just nobody, apart from maybe Cover, getting anything close to a strong performance in that last game. But it could all change. Game number 5 is a fresh slate. 2 games apiece. We're going all the way to the end. Alpha OP, Pepperoni Nibbles, one will be our champion, and we shall find out who in 7 minutes or less. one last time. For all the marbles, it is Alpha OP and Pepperoni Nibbles. We are 37 minutes away from our monthly finals on iOS, so we'll be getting over to that as soon as we can. But right now, we are all about seeing which one of these two teams will take home the biggest share of those 7,000 credits on the line in this PC tournament.
Who do you think are going to take it, Counterfeit? I absolutely believe that Alpha OP, they are the better team, that they will take this one against the P-Nibbles. But who do you think will take it?
I still have faith in Alpha OP, though. I mean, Rex Tash certainly has been doing some amazing stuff. Oh, actually isn't playing. No, wait. What am I talking about? Steve, Razor, Vince, Jaden? No, there's no Rex Tash for the Pepperoni Nibbles squad in this game. So, I think without Rex in the mix, I would think it's anyone's game, but Galaxy Korea and the rest of the squad certainly seem to have other ideas.
Oh, absolutely. But I like that they're not giving up, even though they don't have Rex Tash, even though they don't have, like, one of their best player. So, P-Nibbles, just keep it up, and they could be the ones to take the grand final.
Playboy Gaming very upset about the idea that Alpha OP could be better. Playboy, it was me who said that Alpha OP could potentially win, not Deedless. Deedless was supporting Pepperoni, I believe.
No, I was also supporting Alpha OP.
Oh, you were? Oh, my mistake. Well, in that case, Playboy Gaming's very angry about it. Wah!
I'm so sorry, Playboy Gaming, but Alpha OP, they're gonna take this. Do you need, like, something to wipe your tears away with, mate?
Oh, man. That's some fighting talk. As Didier will get some shooting talk as they fire down the corridor, of course. That's the problem when people know where you are, is you can get advanced on these. Commanders, of course, specialized in dealing with snipers. Hard to punch through the shield that first shot, and most of the time, you're not going to get a second.
You also have to mention, Counterfeit, that with the Commander shield and with us being on the museum, there's so many long corridors, so it helps you and your team to push up when you have that shield, attracting so much attention, especially when you're against a team with so much long-range firepower as Alpha OP they have.
See, Razor, though, one of the reasons why Pepperoni Nibbles are ahead right now, gosh, well, I think based on what we've seen so far, I am officially switching my vote just to be contrary and just so Playboy Gaming doesn't get mad at me.
You can't bandwagon in the middle of the game.
I dispute that. I think I can because I just have Pepperoni Nibbles from France coming in as the much newer team to the ESL PC competition. I mean, I think they've got it here, even without the stash. Razor has stepped up for the squad dramatically. You can see the rest of the Nibbles team, they're actually not doing that impressively. It's all Razor so far.
Shame on you, good sir. Shame on you. Just bandwagoning in the middle of the game, but I can understand why the P-Nibbles, they're doing quite better than Alpha OP. Alpha OP, we know them as this skirmish-heavy team, but right now, P-Nibbles, they're taking the style of Team Kin that we saw in the semi-final and just perfecting it. They're making sure to cover every single entrance that Alpha OP they can come in from, and that has secured them a lot of kills because while they do that, they're still very good in those 1v1s. So the skirmish-heavy style, blended in with that defense they're putting up right now, is doing so much work for them.
Guys, it's looking like it's all going to be over. Razor and Galaxy Korea for the Pepperoni Nibbles side of things. They may be down right now, but they've both got impressive scores. Only 6 deaths each, and a combined total of 26 kills between them, more than half of what the Nibbles teams needs to call themselves champions. Alpha OP, they got one last crack at things, but as you can see, barely any. In fact, yes, Cover's the only person on Alpha OP's team to have a positive KDA right now. It's looking very one-sided, and I'm so glad I supported the Pepperoni team from the very beginning, bet every bottom dollar on them, and I think it's all going to be over momentarily.
You know what? I hope you get, or the next time that you order a pizza with pepperoni on it, that you get salmon instead of it.
Oh man. I thought you were going to say, I hope you get it nibbled. But guys, that will be it. Pepperoni Nibbles from France, coming in from, as definitely one of the dark horse teams in the tournament, taking down Alpha OP in convincing fashion in that final game. A lot of that thanks, of course, to Razor and to Galaxy. Both ended up being 15-8 by the end of the game, and pretty much double-handedly carried that competition. Guys, we're going to have to cut it there, because we have got a grand finals to get ready for in just half an hour's time. We hope you'll come and join us for that. For now, I've been at Counterfeit, joined by Deedless. Our admin for today has been the wonderful Diamond. Hero Gaming Simon, thank you for doing the moderating in the chat. Playboy Gaming, you and me, bud, we were both right the whole time, and I won't hear any different. We'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight.